Welcome to the first COVID edition of Utterly Useless, where we all have COVID and we're all utterly useless.
All right, here's my quote. Hey, baby, it's me. Can you bail me out of jail? I thought I saw Bigfoot in Central Park, so I tackled him, but it turned out to be just Russell Brand. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Anybody know where that's from?
No.
Oh, no, I know this. I know this. I'm going to kick myself when
I mean, if you think of Bigfoot,
I hear it.
it should be pretty easy, if you ask me. Who likes Bigfoot?
I mean, the only person I can think of would be How I Met Your Mother, and
Yep.
that'd be Marshall.
It's Marshall. Yeah, it's
Okay,
Marshall.
that's what I was thinking.
All right, well, welcome to Utterly Useless, where we today are useless because we're all recording remotely because Taylor and I, grammatically correct, have COVID, and we just thought we'd keep Brett safe and
Thank you.
quarantining, especially since
I have been surrounded by 46 disgusting elementary school students on a daily basis for 180 days. But yes, I appreciate not contracting anything disgusting that you guys have.
you have 46 kids in your class?
I had 2 classes, so
okay.
yeah.
I was like, wow, dang.
Doesn't he look radiant, Jeremy?
He does.
He's refreshed. That's what he looks like.
I will tell you, I completely lost my voice. Like I was talking, you know that point where you lose your voice? I was talking beyond that point.
Oh, so you're like the raspy, like not even like barely audible kind of.
Like when you're talking, like you can feel, I felt as though part of my throat was coming apart inside my throat.
Oh, wow. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Cool beans. So, yep, with me is Taylor Beams, who's mucusy right now. And
yep, they call me Mucus.
And then Brett Williams, who is perfectly healthy, which is a miracle because he's a teacher.
Yay.
And then me, Jeremy Williams, who is also sicky, but I'm not mucusy.
He's achy.
Yep, I'm achy. You're mucusy, I'm achy. And we are going to start you off with our merit badges. The merit badges we've earned this last week. So I'll start us off. And wow, I just spaced my merit badge, though. That's the thing. Is like I had it locked and loaded, and poof, it went off into the
ether.
Yep, that's what I was thinking in ether. But I was like, is that right? Anyway,
okay.
Well, so somebody else start.
Why
I figured it out again.
So I got the I'm too tired for this crud merit badge.
I'm too tired for this crud.
Yeah. So this past week, before I got COVID, I guess it was on the onset of it, my wife had 2 extra days of like teacher meetings and stuff like that. And so I had both of my boys. And both of the boys were, of course, bugging each other. So I started this is about the time where I started to have a sore throat and started to feel a little bit more tired. So I got up ready to discipline them, and I shouldn't say discipline them. I was getting after them.
Pulling out that belt.
Then, yeah. And then halfway through, like telling them what will happen if they continue to do that, I just go, in my mind, just the alarms start going off. You're too tired for this. Just give up. And so I'm like, oh, I don't care what you guys do. You guys can do whatever you want. And then I just walked away.
That's funny. You have to pick your battles with your kids, especially when you're sick. Because
yeah.
Like,
have you bailed like mid, like, oh, I just don't care anymore. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to TV watching, like, and I start fighting for like, no, we got to turn it off. And I'm like, what am I saying? You keep watching TV. I don't care. I'm going to go sleep. Leave me alone.
But yeah.
All right. Well, so I remember my merit.
Well, I got to describe my merit badge.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What does it look like? What does that little circle look like?
It's just me walking away with kids. Like, I imagine I'm just walking away, and then there's two little kids with like
Lord of the
knives
Flies
and fire
setting.
matches.
Yeah, yeah. There's things on fire, and they're in like a battle cage or something like that.
That's awesome. All right, now I can't speak. I remember my merit badge. My merit badge is me getting back into gaming somewhat, and it's
Ooh.
blowing through a lot more time than I ever have in a very long time of playing a game. Taylor, I'm very curious if you've played this yet. I've been playing what is it called, Diablo Immortal.
You have?
And I'm
I
like,
haven't played it yet.
I'm already like level 25 right now, and I've only been playing for one day. So that's my merit badge, is that I'm like, oh my gosh, all the feelings from Diablo back in, what was it, the 90s? Yeah, it was probably the 90s. Yeah, it's all coming back to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fun. I enjoy it. And I like the fact that you can, most of the time, you can just turn off the game and walk and come right back to where you left off without even having to like click save or anything. I'm like, man, this is
that's nice.
This is very nice, because like I have to drop things all the time, like because a kid will fall and hurt themselves and they'll start crying like, oh, I gotta hurry and get off this. But
Can it be multiplayer?
yep, there you can have clans or whatever, and it's funny. Like
no.
every time you go into these one segments where they're like, do you want to team up with somebody? What do they call it? Oh man, I never have done these. I just know that like World of Warcraft does it all the time. Like whenever you go and fight a big boss, you team up. I forget.
Oh yeah.
Forget
Raids.
Raids, yeah. Do you want to join a raid? And I'm like, nope, I'm taking care of this myself. And I've been doing just fine so far. So
is the level cap? I'm gonna go super nerdy here. I just pushed up my nerd glasses. Is the level cap 60?
I have no idea what the level cap is. I haven't looked it up yet.
Oh.
I've been wanting to look it up.
Okay, well, I might have to join you and we'll do some fun stuff. Because I've been meaning to try it, but
yeah, I was
just
like, I'm
haven't got
gonna
to it.
try this, and then like 8 hours later. But yeah, so good game. My merit badge, I think, just looks like, I mean, I feel like I got a gaming merit badge in the past. I'm just trying to remember what this one looks like. I mean, I just assume it's me staring at my phone with my hands on it, but I feel like
this is the mobile gaming merit badge.
It's the mobile gaming merit badge.
Because we've all had that monkey on our back where it's like, oh, here's an advertisement. This game looks cool, and then you download it, and then 8 hours later, you're still playing it.
So, yep, it's just me in a dark room or something with my cell phone in front of my face and the light just shining on my face.
Nice. Well, my merit badge is all right. I'm gonna set the stage for what it is. So it started off with Stranger Things Series 4, followed by me moving on to playing my NES, followed by the Sega Genesis, followed by reading some comics from the late 90s and early 2000s, followed then by, because then I was like trying to find something more entertaining to watch, and I stumbled across a show on HBO Max called Tokyo Vice, which takes place in 1999. My merit badge is nostalgia.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So is Tokyo Vice worth it?
Man, so far I'm 4 episodes in, and it's one of those things where every so often I'm like, why doesn't he just like whip out his cell phone and like take a picture of it? And I'm like, duh, like 1999 didn't exist.
Yep.
And then one of my favorite parts of the entire thing is, it obviously takes place. It's a really intriguing story about the first American hired to work at a Japanese newspaper, and just the whole, outside of the social norms or whatever, especially being in the 90s. And on the radio during one point in time is the Backstreet Boys and this Japanese gangster and this white American newspaper reporter start getting in a discussion and argument between who's better, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. I was just like, I've been physically in places where those happened, and I have not heard that argument in years.
Oh, yes. It's been a while since I've heard those arguments.
So my merit badge looks like me in 8-bit form, jumping up in the air, hitting the question mark icon for the Super Mario Brothers.
So which I'm curious, which games did you play on Sega and NES?
So I played, my favorite game on Sega is Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't get enough of that. I try Street Fighter 2. I was never good at Street Fighter 2. I do great at Mortal Kombat, but it's not part of my retro gaming system that I have. And then on the NES, remember the Atari Mario Brothers that we used to play?
Uh-huh.
So my retro NES has that game. I get annoyed because some of the animation is not the way that I would like it to be. And then of course I play Castlevania, and then I probably spent about 4 hours for like 3 days in a row on Dr. Mario.
Wow, Dr. Mario's so fun.
Those last two games I never could get into, Dr. Mario and Castlevania. I was never good at Castlevania.
I wasn't either, but I like Dr. Mario.
All right. Let's switch wheels to
Spin the wheel.
Do you guys have your apocalypse themed spin the wheels?
I forgot.
No.
Well, you guys are the worst. I'm the only one who came prepared.
It's true.
Okay.
Okay, I get, since I'm first, deserted island. Okay, would you rather be alone on a deserted island or with whoever you consider to be your mortal enemy?
I think I'd go with my mortal enemy because, you could start off with that whole I hate you, he hates me type of a situation. And maybe we could like grow to like appreciate each other, or it ends in a one-on-one death match where I can just be like, if I ever get saved by somebody, be like, nope, it's just me. It was just me.
So who would be your mortal enemy?
I don't know. I try to hate as many people as possible. It's too frustrating for me. So I don't know.
It's Putin. Just kidding. For me, I agree. I thought about this while you were saying that. I was like, yeah, I'll probably take my mortal enemy with me because, like you said, worst comes to worst, you're just mad at each other, and I'm gonna get this side of the island, you stay on that side of the island, or we actually help each other or entertain each other or whatever.
So here's where mine gets interesting. My mortal enemy, it would be Jennifer Lawrence. and so it would just be like, she'd be on there like, why do you hate me? I'd be like, you ruined X-Men. And then there would just be like, well, I was just an actress in it. No. You cannot say that. And it would just be us going back and forth. And she'd be like trying to do like a whole bunch of like olive branches and try to mend fences. And I'd be like, no, you're the worst. Get away from me.
That would be so great. She just goes, so what movies do you like? And so then she tries to think of like the lines from it, and she starts like doing that. And you're like, no, you're ruining that movie too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be alone.
Okay.
Just kidding. Yeah. I'll take the mortal enemy too. Cause I think even though that you wouldn't like the person, for sanity's sake, I think it would just go better.
Even the arguments would give you something to look forward to. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Taylor, you are up with What If?
Ooh, this one's a good one. What if you went to bed and you woke up on planet LV-426? Do you know where you are, and do you think you'd survive?
I don't know what this is. LV-426?
I don't know. Would there be any background music? Because if I started hearing like da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm like, uh-oh, the Gorn's here.
What's the
not
Gorn
Gorn?
from?
It's from Star Trek.
Oh.
So, okay, so you guys don't know where you are,
No.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
No.
And
Am I trying to find unobtainium?
I don't know. So basically, you are now on the planet and in the setting for the first Alien movie.
Oh,
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
So-
Do you think you'd survive? And yeah,
Probably not.
you know what? I think so, because here's the deal. The biggest problem was like when you think about the first Alien movie, there wasn't that many like alien eggs, and the only person who got in trouble was the person who leaned their head over and be like, "Oh, gee, what's this?" So if you know where you are, then I think you're safe.
yeah.
I'll probably die because I know nothing about the Alien movies. It's my regret that I have yet to watch any of them.
Strangely, I really like them. I think they're good movies. I like them.
You know, the only one I've ever not seen is Aliens 3.
I think I've seen that one.
I know
They'll
that's the
kind of
one.
blend together too.
I know that's the one where Sigourney Weaver's on like a prison planet or something like that.
Ooh,
but,
Prison Planet. I don't know why, but I like the idea of this is a whole different switching gears. Escape from movies like New York and Los Angeles. I think it's Los Angeles was the second one. I wish they would remake those. All right, Brett, you are up with Could You Do It?
Could you write a book on any topic with a minimum of 70 pages and then upload it onto the Amazon store to sell it? And if you could, what would it be on?
Like, so I get to choose the subject?
Yep, at minimum 70 pages.
Okay, yeah, I could do it.
What would it be on?
It'd be just a fictional, I don't know, zombie. Is it a story or is it about something?
You could write a biography. You could do Jeremy's guide to six-pack abs, whatever. But minimum 70 pages and upload it onto Amazon store.
Yep, I could do that with. I've always wanted to write a book about zombies, so I'd do that.
Z is for zombie.
Yep, that's what Sydney always said to me, my wife.
See, I think I could do one on like trading cards. I know it's nerdy, but I could do an in-depth one on that.
Is it that easy that you can just write a book and upload it to Amazon?
I know a lot of people do, and like you look at least I look at some of because for some reason I don't know, maybe I've just purchased certain things in the past or whatever, but it suggests them to me, and so I see like a 70-page book for like $199, and I start like scrolling through the reviews, and it's just like, don't waste your time. This is just somebody just like throwing stuff together at the wall. It's I wish I got my $199 back or something like that. Like they get destroyed review wise, but yeah, I think basically anybody could do it.
I wonder if those, because we're kind of those people that like watching bad movies. Are those people that like to give their time to read bad books? Is that a thing? Sounds like a horrible thing in my book.
Well, evidently, because people are purchasing these books.
That's true.
And then they take enough time to review the book on Amazon.
See, that's the funny thing about it. That's why I haven't bought anything, but I just like love reading the reviews, because it is just people just going off on like how wrong they are or how big. If it was a waste of my time, I wouldn't even waste my time doing something to props to whoever is like cashing in on this. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're getting some money. Brett, I'm just curious though. Would you write a book and do it?
No, I do not want anybody to. If I did it, and I would plan it out. I would be super excited about it, and then the first 1-star review would just like destroy me.
Yeah. That would probably be me
All
too.
right. I got how much? So for my, I know Taylor's actually heard this because I made him listen to this. But for how much money would you have to be paid to go into a public restroom and play this?
Hello? Are you pooping? Hello? I know you're pooping. It smells good.
So yeah, I like that last part. You kind of laughed over. It says, "It smells good." But yeah, how much would you need to be paid to go into a restroom and play that? Now, obviously, you can't just push the button and leave. You got to stay.
What? Oh, that totally destroys my strategy.
Nope. I mean, it's on your phone or whatever you're using.
Oh, wait, okay. Because I do have a strategy. So it's playing on my phone, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, you don't have to
all
say
it
it.
has to do. It has to be playing on my phone.
It has to be played on your phone at like full volume so everybody can hear it. And I will say, because I guess I didn't think of this beforehand in case your strategy is this, but you have to go into a restroom that is not like super crowded and like an airport one where there's so much commotion that nobody's going to hear it. Like, how about this? You're going into a movie theater bathroom where I feel like most of the time they're pretty quiet.
Okay.
Okay.
And somebody has to be in there.
Like 100?
You do it for 100? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brett, what about you?
75.
75? Wow. What's your strategy?
Here's my strategy. I walk in, I press play, I try not to laugh, and then I leave.
That's a good strategy.
So my strategy would be, so I have this portable speaker because you didn't say I couldn't use a portable speaker. That's why I kept on trying to ask without asking, because if I ask, you'll say no.
But
So
you
I
have to
I
be
a-
in there, though.
Do I? I mean, I had to be in there to set the portable speaker in there. So, because what I did is I bought this portable speaker a couple years ago to play a practical joke on my April Fool's joke for my class. And I have this really super powered magnet, and it is Bluetooth to my phone. And so all I do is just walk in, leave this portable speaker like on the lower portion of the bathroom stall, make sure somebody's in there, walk out, and then hit the hit
You know what?
play.
I think this would be
Wow.
more fun to do is if you went into a stall too. And so you're obviously like not the person that's doing it, except you are. I think that'd be so fun. I think I would do that a lot.
Yeah, it'd be really funny to. And you just hope you don't get arrested.
I mean, what you could do, which would be fun, is to talk to so set it up so you have a pair of like fake shoes, pants, fake like legs or something like that. Set that up into one stall. You're in the other stall. You have this coming you have like a portable speaker set up to the stall with the fake pair of legs. You hit play and you're just like, you start talking to it like, this is really inappropriate. Why are you like, this is, and just start getting like really kind of outraged. And then the beautiful part would it be is if you also had like a camera set up somewhere so you could like watch the person's reaction as your.
And we all know how Brett went to jail.
I didn't say I'd do it. I just said a situation.
But here's let's take this one further. So when you press the button and like the legs drop down, they're noticeably Chucky legs.
Hello. That's funny.
That would freak people out.
I'd probably get up like as fast as I could. Because yeah, even if it was just like a kid's legs, that's freak me out.
If you could change that into a Chucky voice, that would make it even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's almost there, I feel like.
It is.
Yeah,
It's like
pretty close.
Yeah, it's super close to being Chucky's voice.
All right, Taylor, you are up with random question.
So this is a natural disaster, but we're replacing everything with sharks. So Sharknado, Shark-cano, or Sharknami. Which one do you think you'd survive?
I want to see Shark-cano. That would be so funny to watch a volcano.
I
of
saw something
sharks
on that recently where they
erupting.
mentioned sharks and volcanoes, and I was like, this is nonsense.
Yeah, so instead of lava, it's just spewing out sharks.
Is it spewing? Oh, it's spewing out. Okay, I was like, is it spewing out like dead sharks because they're burnt?
No, they're just. It's funny. It's sharks.
So what was the third one? Because I was so fascinated by Sharknami.
Yeah, that one sounds too dangerous.
Sharknami would like if the tsunami didn't get you, the sharks would come in and swoop in and finish everybody else off.
There's no water. It's just sharks.
Oh, well then I'm going with volcano.
Yeah, you're a goner. Yeah, I'm gonna go with volcano because you could be like, oh, run! It's the Shark-cano.
And it would be kind of funny to see them
so funny to me
hitting the land, just after being
splat,
ejected into the air so far, and then all of a sudden, splat. Whoops.
Well, you know how that, because that to me, that's the beauty of Sharknado is where a shark is like somebody is dodging this, and then a shark comes out of the sky and then like gulps them up in one big thing. So that's going to happen a couple of times.
Yeah.
I just think the funniest thing, which I think most people that have seen it would agree, is just like when he goes after one of the sharks with a chainsaw that's coming down.
Yes.
And it just cuts right through him in half. And it's like, that's crazy. This is why I watched this.
The only time I ever watched Sharknado was I watched it with Jeremy, and I didn't watch the first one. I watched the second one, and it was one of those beautiful moments where as I'm watching it, my brain just goes, okay, so this is a dream sequence. Okay, so this is a dream sequence. Okay, so this is a dream sequence. And then about 10 minutes later, like, no, this is the movie.
This is the writer's acid trip dream sequence. They got really high and they're like, hey, you know what would be a good movie? If a tornado picked up all these sharks and flung them everywhere. And for some reason, they just keep falling for like the whole movie.
I love the people that get outraged by the whole thing where they're just like, that's not possible. Hammerhead sharks are not found anywhere where this kind of shark is
that's
found. And
funny.
It's just like, just watch the stupid movie. It's like, what was it? When I was working at the video department where we would put on like, they always wanted you to put on popular movies so they get people to rent them. I would always put on movies that I liked. And so I put on Happy Gilmore, and this old man was getting outraged because he goes, nobody can hit a ball that far with that kind of swing. And he just started getting angry. And his wife was just like, it's just a movie.
And I beg to differ. I have actually hit a ball Happy Gilmore style, and it went I'd say it went over 300 yards.
I can't believe you just hit that guy. He shouldn't have been standing there.
I've never hit that. I've definitely tried. Never successfully hit it that way. All right, Brett. You are up for our last spin the wheel. And this is a good one. Kiss, marry, kill.
All right. I've had this one locked and loaded for a while. So, kiss, marry, kill. The Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Kingpin.
Now, are these from anything? Like, are they like any specific Doc Ock from movies or comic book or anything? Or
I'm going to go with William Dafoe, Green Goblin. I'm going to go with whatever
from number 2.
Number 2, and then Kingpin from the Daredevil Netflix.
Okay. I'm going to go first on this one. I'm marrying Kingpin, kissing Doc Ock, killing Green Goblin.
That's about what I was thinking. Jeez.
The reason why is because Kingpin, if he loves you,
he loves you.
He's going to take care of you.
Yeah, and he's not like crazy like William Dafoe's. Well, I mean Green Goblin in general.
Yeah, you got to kill Green Goblin.
And then Doc Ock is essentially two different people. Him and his arm
suit
thingies that essentially have a mind of its own sometimes. So yeah, I would agree with that 100%. That's my second favorite bad guy of all time in comic book movies / TV.
I mean, wouldn't you be safe though? I'm just, devil's advocate. Wouldn't you be safe marrying Green Goblin because he's only after the people That. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yep, there
I
you
just
go.
thought that through.
I was like,
Oh, light bulbs.
yep, you don't want to ever cross him or else he's going to kill you. Because that's essentially what that movie was about, I guess, right? Anybody that kind of angered him or crossed him, he kills him.
Yeah.
So, yep, I'm going the same as Taylor.
All right.
Quizzel me this.
All right, for this one, I feel like I've got this prepared to the point where we can go down and up pretty quickly, and there'll be lots of stealing, I imagine. This segment, this one is on movie trivia.
So did you ask Taylor beforehand which ones he's seen, and so that you like threw out all the questions that he hasn't seen?
Well, the funny thing is I have like looked at the answers. I haven't read the questions because it's just easier to look at the answers. And I've more or less like, okay, Brett would know these, so Taylor's going to get those. And Taylor might know these, so Brett's going to get those. So
Brett's technically going to win.
So there is opportunity for stealing is what I'm saying. And so it's not super easy. Anyway, who wants to start?
I'll let Taylor go first.
All right,
Good,
Taylor.
great, dandy.
Okay, Taylor. Star Trek alumni George Takei called what 1999 film a powerful piece of documentary filmmaking? Apparently, I looked at the answer and I obviously didn't read the question because that just did not line up with what the answer was in my mind.
A 1999 documentary?
Star Trek alumni George Takei called what 1999 film a powerful piece of documentary filmmaking? I'm sorry because I realize this question is nowhere near the answer.
I'm going to say Super Size Me. I have no clue.
Nope. That is incorrect. Brett, would you like to go first?
I'm going to guess Bowling for Columbine.
Nope. This is why I got thrown off. This is what happens when I just look at the answer. The answer is Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that's not a documentary.
It's just George Takei being George Takei. So
okay.
All right. Brett, what are Sean and friends headed? What are Sean and friends headed? It doesn't say headed to. I'm going to add that in Shaun of the Dead.
A bar?
What is the British equivalent?
A pub?
There you go.
Oh, what?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Would you have said a pub, Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Sure, you would. What is the name of the pub? Anybody? Bueller? It's named
like an Irish name. Or
no,
something
it's
like
named
that.
after a gun. Because there's a gun.
Oh, the Winchester.
Yep, that's right. All right, back to you, Taylor. And what? Now I feel really bad for. Oh yeah, you haven't moved on. So I was like, can I ask the next question? What superhero does Will Arnett voice in the Lego movie?
Batman.
That is correct.
Yep, that is correct. Okay, Brett.
Isn't that sad that that's the answer that I get is the one that 4-year-olds could get?
Here you go. Here's a layup.
Exactly.
Okay. What Norse god does the Hulk smash into the ground again and again in the Avengers?
Loki, right?
That is correct.
Okay, Taylor. I feel like you got this one. I need to rewatch this movie. Who plays the president in Air Force One? Is it Martin Sheen? Sydney? I don't even know who this is. Sidney Poitier?
Sidney Poitier.
Who is that?
He is a black actor who was in lots of movies in the late 60s, 70s. Didn't do a lot of movies, did some in the 80s, and then kind of retired from acting.
That's why I don't know him. And then the last option is Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
That is correct.
All right, Brett, we're moving along. You guys are neck and neck. Okay. Who played the King's Speech therapist in The King's Speech? Is it Gary Oldman or was it Jeffrey Rush? And just to say, if you get this wrong, Taylor, you cannot steal because it's...
Oh, boo.
Wah, wah. I'm going to go with Gary Oldman. I don't know.
That is incorrect. It was
I'd like
Jeffrey
to steal.
Rush. No. Okay. True or false, Taylor? The ruby slippers in The Wizard of Oz were originally silver, but changed to show off Technicolor.
I'm going to say true.
That is correct.
I think I actually just saw that like a few weeks ago. That's crazy. All
right, Brett. Who was the second actor in history to decline an Oscar? I knew that this person did decline. I didn't know he was second. That was the one thing.
I'm going to say, Marlon Brando. I'm just going to go out and say that.
That is correct.
Wow.
What?
Yep. And actually, I do remember the reason why it was a protest against the Vietnam War, if I remember right. Is that coming around the same time? Or no?
I think so.
No, Vietnam War was not into the 80s, right? Because, like, I don't know. Because wasn't Godfather the first one? Like
Grenada was.
Oh, maybe he was protesting that. I don't know. I thought he was protesting a war. Like, yeah. Anyway. All right, Taylor. What 2004 sci-fi romance stars Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet?
Oh my goodness.
I can see it.
I didn't know this is
head.
Considered a sci-fi. I know.
I'm just trying to think of all of his movies.
I can see the stupid trailer in my head. I just,
I have no clue.
All right, Brett. Any guess?
Oh, I don't. I can't. I can see I can see the actual trailer in my head. She's being deleted from his memory. I can't remember if it is one of those things where he's broken up with her and he wants it to forget, but she's being deleted. I can't think of what the title is called though.
Okay, it is called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh.
Okay. Now on to Brett. What chimpanzee is protagonist in Rise of the Planet of the Apes? I don't know these movies at all, and I didn't commit any of the new ones with what's his name to memory at all.
Yeah, it's played by
Mark Wahlberg.
What's his face, who was Gollum.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Wow, look at you and your memory there.
Bobo. I don't know.
It's Caesar.
Oh,
sorry, Taylor. Were you gonna steal that?
Yeah, I was gonna say Caesar.
Were you really?
No.
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
He was gonna say King
I
Kong.
knew that one. I knew that one 100%. Jack
my bad.
Wagon.
My bad. I ruined it. All right, Taylor. I'm gonna give you an extra question then. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
In Forgetting Sarah Marshall, who was the love interest?
Speaking of this movie that I spoke of earlier, who plays Snake Plissken in Escape from New York?
I had no clue.
And because of this, Brett, you can't steal it. I'm sorry.
Oh, because I know this. Okay, that evens things out.
Yeah, that evens it out. Okay. I don't get an extra question. I have no clue.
Kurt Russell.
That is correct. All right. Brett, Constantine is a supernatural detective movie based on which comic book series?
Constantine.
Hellblazer.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, shoot. Taylor.
I wouldn't have gotten that one.
That's
okay.
right.
I need to stop.
That is
Stop
right.
it. Okay. Man, these sci-fi ones are hard because that's what we're stuck at. Okay. Taylor, who plays possessed cheerleader in Jennifer's Body? Jennifer Connelly, Megan Fox, or Demi Moore?
Megan Fox.
That is correct.
I win.
Yay.
Taylor wins, even though I kind of sabotaged him.
Yeah.
All right. Now on to Taylor's new segment. It's called...
Okay, so the title of this is another ranker one. It is 10 horror movies that are so scary people can't even finish watching them. So I'm
excited.
So this is according to Netflix and their statistics saying that these are the most watched horror movies where people don't finish them.
I'm going to write these down because I am interested in looking them up after.
Okay. So the first one, everyone should know this one. It is The Conjuring.
Now, I'm going to pull up IMDb. Which one is The Conjuring?
Okay,
I'm
so
trying to
this one
remember.
is paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorized by a dark presence in their farmhouse.
But that's the one that, like, they invite the priest over, the pastor or whatever, and that...
This is based loosely on of a true story of two paranormal investigators.
Yeah.
And then they did the Annabelle spinoff and whatnot.
Yep. Okay. With Patrick Wilson here,
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
from Aquaman. Okay. I forgot what's his name's in this from Office Space, Ron Livingston. Yes, I love this movie. It's funny because this movie, I forgot I watched it. And then I was like, I need to watch this movie. It looks great. And then I watched it. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this movie. I'm going to watch it again. So I do enjoy it. It's a great one.
Can I tell you, this movie bored me.
Oh, really? I just like the story and the way it was all pretty straight. I don't think it was scary in the least.
No.
I think the story was well done.
All right, number 2 is Mexico Barbaro, also known as Barbarous Mexico. So this is 8 Mexican directors unite to bring tales of the most brutally terrifying Mexican traditions and legends to vividly shocking life.
I have never seen it. I'm looking up right now. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see the trailer, but yeah, I've never seen it.
I'd be interested to see the trailer. I'm always intrigued, and I've noticed that some of the more intriguing horror movies have been foreign ones, similar, like, the Train to Botswana or whatever. That was pretty good. I don't like zombie movies or running zombie movies, but that was really intense.
All right, number 3, The Human Centipede 2.
Watch the first Human Centipede one. Took forever to get to the point, and then when it got to the point, I'm like, and then it ended. So no,
I've never even seen any of them. So
Okay.
I'm interested. Like, why is Centipede 2? Because I'm
So-
looking here.
So what they said was this one. The initial thought comes to mind when seeing the sequel to The Human Centipede is, why are you lying, Netflix? No one watched this movie. But that would be ignoring the cultural curiosity that surrounds a series of films about various people trying to sew people rear to mouth in order to make a human centipede.
Now, are they accounting for the people are just giving up on movies because they're not good? They're not that
I
they're,
don't know.
because I'm looking at this and the IMDb rating on the first one is 4.4 out of 10. The second one is 3.8 and the third one's 2.8. So man, this thing just really goes downhill.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, the next one is The Void.
I watched this movie. It was very intriguing at the very beginning because it was paranormal, it was cultish or whatever. And then to me, I felt as though near the tail end, it just became ridiculous.
I've never seen it.
Never
I don't
seen that
think
one
I've
either?
I've never even heard of it, I don't think.
Okay. The next one, I just got to pull up is Jerusalem, which is when a couple of American young adults fly to Israel to visit the city of Jerusalem, a biblical nightmare falls upon them.
This one's a cool movie. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It's kind of a found footage movie where these people are like turning into zombies, but what they're actually they're flying zombies. They grow wings. They're like these like demonic flying zombies, and it's just so cool. And the neatest thing is this one, the chick that's the majority, holding the camera or whatever, it's set to recognize her voice or something like that to continue to record or doing something. And near the very end, her voice slowly starts like distorting and getting kind of like more amorphous and demonic. And then the camera drops and the camera's just like, no, cannot identify the voice or whatever. She walks away and then just turns into a zombie, I think eats her boyfriend and then flies away.
Interesting.
go.
It's just called Jerusalem, the movie.
It's like
with a
JER gigantic capital Z.
Yeah.
Jerusalem.
Okay. Is it
Okay.
worth watching then?
I feel as though like the found footage motif was beaten to death. In fact, I just barely watched a documentary all about the found footage thing, and I really enjoyed watching that. And as obnoxious as the found footage stuff was, this one didn't annoy me.
Yeah, because I don't really like found footage movies.
Okay. The next one is Raw. A young woman studying to be a vet develops a craving for human flesh.
Nope, never seen this one.
No, that's intriguing though.
Yeah, so it's a French horror film about a girl going away to college, discovering that she has extra carnivorous tendency.
It's got a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
On
7 out of 10
IMDb.
on. The next one is Cabin Fever.
Oh, I love that when Jeremy saw this movie, he was so outraged.
What? I'm trying to remember this one. Is this the one that doesn't? Not the Australian one.
No, this is the one where the group of like 5-6 people go to a cabin, and the one chick slowly starts like melting or something like that. Her skin is like peeling off, and everybody in the cabin dies except for the one guy. And then you find out at the very end, spoilers, that he only survived because he didn't drink the water.
I don't think I remember this one. It came out in
it's about a
2002, so that's
it's a 2016. This one's a supposed remake.
oh, because I pulled up the 2002 Cabin Fever. So,
But that one
There's a
also has a 3.7 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay. Then the next one is 2016's Carnage Park. So part crime caper gone awry, part survival horror film. This 1970s set thriller depicts a harrowing fight for survival after a pair of wannabe crooks botch a bank heist and flee into the desert, where they inexplicably stumble upon Carnage Park, a remote stretch of wilderness occupied by a psychotic ex-military sniper. All right. The second to last one is Teeth.
Oh, that is a horrible movie. Don't watch it. Do you dare read the description? Just out
Here,
of curiosity.
I'll read it.
Yeah.
Still a stranger to her own body, a high school student discovers she has a psychical advantage when she becomes the object of male violence. Huh.
She has teeth in her nether region.
Oh.
interesting. That's weird.
Yeah, let's just skip that one. Oh. And number 10 is Piranha 3D.
Yes, I love this movie. I've watched it like once, like every 3 months or so. It is so bad. It is great. It has David Hasselhoff in it. It has the dude from The Weatherman in it. I love Piranha 3D. It is awesome.
It looks like Christopher Lloyd's in it too.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, he reprises his role from Piranha. The first one.
Oh my gosh. So this top cast, I mean, it has Richard Dreyfuss, it says, Christopher Lloyd, Jerry O'Connell. I recognize Ving Rhames' image. I don't.
Okay. But here's the question is, this isn't scary though.
It could,
Why would people stop?
It tries to. I mean, the greatest thing about Piranha 3D is it takes place at a lagoonish water park that is right by the bay, where these giant oversized piranhas get into, and the weatherman from Anchorman only hires 4 lifeguards.
Isn't he the sports guy?
Very attractive women have no qualification except for being attractive or whatever. It's so funny, but the only thing I could say is like scary about the whole thing is they do try to jaws it up from time to time, but to me it's so funny. I enjoy that movie so much. Not children appropriate though.
The funny thing though is I'm out on IMDb, and you know how they automatically start playing the trailer, and it's in quiet. So I'm looking at it, and one of the first things that was like, oh, it's from the director of The Hills Have Eyes. I was like, oh, well, he likes bizarre horror movies.
Yeah. But my thing is like that's not scary enough for people to turn that off.
I think people would turn it off because of some of the other things that are going on.
Yeah. So of any of these, which ones do you guys think would be true in the fact that people would turn it off before they finish it?
I
don't
do the French one that you said, just because the instant you said it was a French horror film, like either they go way too far, or it would just be like one of those like, oh, the floating bag type of a thing in the background where it would just bore you to death.
And just for context, the floating bag is in reference to American Beauty and the guy who records the floating bag. If you've ever seen Not Another Teen Movie, they make fun of that. But yeah, that's what me and Brett tend to call artsy films.
Floating bag movies, yeah.
So the Raw. Okay.
I don't know, because so far none of these, I mean the ones I've seen, which I have seen very minimal compared to Brett, I don't think any of them are worth turning off unless they're really bad. That's my opinion.
Maybe that's what it is, that people are turning off because like, oh, this is just so bad.
Which is so funny because I on purpose watch bad horror movies. I have a subscription to the Shudder channel just so that I can watch bad horror movies.
So if you guys could rank your top 3 scariest movies that you have seen, what 3 movies would you pick?
Number 1, 1408.
That's a good one. That one's a hard one because is it scary or is it just like anxiety provoking?
I think it's anxiety, but it also like I'm not ashamed to say that during the movie, the first time I watched it, covered my face up with my hands. Like it just the thrill of the suspense just building up just got to me so much. And
it does.
The second one,
it is like,
yeah.
Sorry.
No.
There's a second one. Oh, the second movie you're
Yeah.
gonna say. I was like, there's a sequel?
No.
No, that movie 1408. When you're done watching it, and when you're really done watching it, you feel like you just took on like the biggest, I don't know, like anxiety provoking task in the world. And you feel this sense of relief because it is, for however long that movie is, for at least half of it, you are just so anxious. And so it's a good one. It's kind of scary, but it definitely is a horror film. So yeah, that one would be up there for sure. Brett, go on.
My number 2 would be Lights Out. Like I was watching it. I rented it. I immediately texted Jeremy, like, I've rented this on iTunes. Check it out. You have like 47 hours to watch it. Like I got so disturbed I had to turn on the lights just because it bothered me that much. And
I watched it without lights and I loved it, and it terrified me for like following weeks. Like as a grown adult, I was like, I don't want to be in the dark right now.
And Jeremy still tries to get me to watch that, and I won't.
But the thing is, it's so funny. Like, is that like what is it called? Am I a masochist because like I like to subject myself to horror and like I want to be scared?
Oh no, that's why I watch horror movies to begin with, is I want to be scared. And like when you said that, The Conjuring was scary, I was just like, oh, I was so bored. Like, so either I have the problem or you have the problem.
Or there's just different things that impact us. But no, I enjoyed the story. It wasn't scary.
Okay.
I enjoyed the story.
Yeah, and the last one would be a film that I took my 14-year-old brother to in 1999. The first DVD I ever owned, The House on Haunted Hill.
Now that's the one that took place in the asylum, right?
Yeah, that's the Jeffrey Rush, Vampka. Yeah.
That was a good one. It fell flat on its face.
At the very end. But besides that was 7/8 of a really good movie.
It was, yeah. I think, and if unfortunately the very first 5-minute sequence is probably the best part of the entire movie. Like, I love that first opening scene.
Oh,
so
well,
much.
Yeah. If I wasn't already afraid of roller coasters, that would have done me in for right then.
Oh, I'm not talking about the roller coasters. I'm talking about the prior to that. I believe they start out in the early 1940s, 30s.
Oh,
or
that's
something like
right. That's right. Yes. Yeah, the early 1900s asylum. Yeah, I forgot about that scene.
See, I'd probably stay with you. My list top 3 would be the same: 1408, Lights Out. I probably would choose something else. Ooh, I'm looking through a list here, and you know what? Like, this isn't a typical horror film, but I think it'd be worth mentioning is The Shallows. Or no, not The Shallows. Sorry, I saw that and I was thinking of a different movie. There's a movie called like 47 Meters Down. I enjoy that because Mandy Moore is like underneath 47 meters down and in the ocean, and there's this shark that's got it out for her and won't leave her alone, and so she's in a shark cage that broke and fell down 47 meters. So she's got to get back to the surface or run out of oxygen or whatever. And so that one's kind of interesting. I don't know what my third would be though. Cause like most horror movies just unfortunately just don't do it for me.
Don't do it.
They're not scary. Like I said, there's like an enjoyable movie. Like Conjuring, I think it's enjoyable. But I don't think it's scary. Man, I am just blowing through this list really fast of 100 movies, and I'm like,
See,
So,
mine
yeah,
are
that's
all
where-
the demon possessed one, like The Exorcist, The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
See, that's one
I don't do demon
avenue I
movies.
don't go down is I watched The Exorcist, and I watched it in segments of 5 different segments during the middle of the day because it just disturbed me that much. I don't do that.
See, and I don't have a problem with those. One movie I will say also, once again, doesn't scare me, but it is a great movie, and I think Brett would agree. Is The Fallen? I think is what it's called.
Oh yeah, that's more
Denzel
of a
Washington?
thriller suspense movie, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
Well, and yeah, there
I'll
you
just
have
say
it.
Jaws. Jaws is my number 3
Oh yeah.
because it screwed me up for a very long time in my life. Still has. Okay. All right, let's move on to our last segment. Well, unless you got anything else to say, Taylor, on that.
Nope, scary movies are scary.
Fisty-Cuffs.
So today we're gonna be, if you've ever seen the movie Zombieland, at the very end of the movie, they're at an amusement park. I'm trying to remember the name. Happy Fun Town. I don't know. Anyway, we are gonna be there in our own versions. We may see each other, but we can't interact with each other essentially. But we're there. We got to survive single-handedly. We started there at this amusement park, and the zombies start flooding in, and so we've got to survive. So we are going to draft our items that we can find in an amusement park that can help us survive. So Taylor, you can grab your churro and throw it at them.
Maybe I will.
Make sure that the churro's covered in blood.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Get it, boy. All right. So I'm first, and I feel like I got to grab, obviously, a weapon. Like, I'm going to pick the mallet that you used to hit the little.
Yeah, the strong. How strong are
man.
you? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I'm just worried, are those really heavy? Because I don't think I've ever done it. Are those heavy to pick up? Or are they just traditional and it's just really hard to do?
I think I've done it a couple times. They're kind of heavy, but I feel as though where they get you is they have a super long handle. And so people get grab the super long handle and aren't particularly, think that they have to use the entire like length of it.
Okay.
Hmm,
All right. Taylor, you're up.
Ooh, I was hoping I was last. Do they have axe throwing?
No. I mean, some might these days, but I know our local one doesn't.
Well, there's a kitchen. So there's got to be a knife in the kitchen.
Okay. I'll allow it.
I'll take a knife.
All right, Brett.
All right. So I will choose now. I'm trying to think of amusement parks. I mean, I stopped going to them as a teenager, and so I know that there's always like the how fast is your throwing, but do they have like a batting cage type of a situation?
Just baseballs to see how fast you can throw.
Okay. Because I was going to go for a baseball bat. So for at least from when I was a kid, they used to have a BB gun range.
They do still.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they, outlawed that because somebody shot their eye out or something like that. So I'm going to go with my first thing, a BB gun, and then I'm just going to grab a gigantic bag of baseballs, and I'm just going to like chuck them at these like soft zombie heads as my second pick.
All right, Taylor.
You know what? I'm going to stay in the kitchen. I'm going to take a deep fryer. So I'm going to stab the zombie and then deep fry their face.
Or you do it in the opposite order. You throw the frying hot grease on them and then stab them in the face.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that.
Well, that deep fryer's not very mobile, though, so.
Yeah, he's staying in the kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll allow it. He's going to eat his churros while he's in there.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Oh, I got some zombie on my grease from my churros. I'm going to pick... Now, I'm not picking a bumper car. I'm picking a go-kart.
Ooh, that's a really good pick.
Yeah, I'll be riding around with my mallet. And then I'm on the wheel here. I'm going to have to put it out there, though. Can I go find maintenance somewhere and take like a hammer?
I mean, Taylor is in the kitchen, so I can only imagine you can find a maintenance thing.
I'm just saying I've never seen one, so I'm just assuming they have a hammer there.
Yeah,
in the maintenance shed.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Oh, back to me. I'm going to take the darts from balloon popping.
I was thinking about it. Throw them at a zombie and be like, score, I got him right in between the eyes.
Yeah.
And he still comes at you.
Or I'll find a way to make like an armor out of it so they can't bite me because they just get stuck to the darts.
Oh, there you go. You have the pointy ends facing out.
Yeah.
So do I have one or do I have 2 picks left?
You have 2 picks left.
All right.
Right?
So
yeah, 2.
So for my wheel, I'm going to go with like an oversized teddy bear because I'm going to be hiding inside.
That's a good one.
I was like, he's going to be in there.
Yep.
And you'll be quiet too.
Exactly.
Because and you'll be creepy too.
I could scare some of the zombies. Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen and then I just see this bear like slowly walk by, turns to me, waves. I'm like, hey, Brett.
I guess we got bigger problems than zombies. We got bears coming alive. All right, Brett. Now, I want to picture this because you have a BB gun. It's the oversized teddy bear is holding it.
And a super cute face, too. A super cute teddy bear face. Holding a BB gun with a backpack of baseballs. And with my last pick, because, we're all rummaging around what we can find, I feel as though every theme park has really nice hedges. And so I'm going to grab.
Oh, man, that's what I was going to go after.
Yep.
No. I was like, I was going to say, while I was rummaging through the maintenance room, I find hedge clippers. So are you thinking of like hedge clippers like a gas powered kind? Or are you thinking about like the ones that are like big scissors?
I'm thinking gas powered ones.
Okay.
Hmm.
That'll be so funny, teddy bear, just gas powered hedge clippers.
Yeah, let's get some fan art of that.
Yeah. Meh.
Or we get so used to being there that it's like Brett's turned into like the maintenance guy. There's like zombies like slowly walking around, and he's in the background like clipping the hedges, and I'm in the kitchen making churros.
And I'm just driving around.
Yeah, we've named
I'm
all
security.
the zombies that are there.
That's kind of like what I am Legend, where he kind of names things, except
yeah.
not the zombies.
You know what? I'm gonna take they have to have a weed eater, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or actually, maybe I'll take a they have to have a motorized lawnmower so I
like a
can
driving
drive around.
one?
Actually, no, I'm gonna stay in the kitchen. I'm gonna go with a weed eater
Okay.
and rig up some knives.
I was
to
hoping
it
you
or
would take
something.
the driving lawnmower because I wanted the weed eater. After Brett took my hedge clippers, I was like, okay, I'm going to weed eater. And then you took it, and I don't need a driving mower because I already have a go-kart.
Well, you could still rig up the lawnmower to the front of your go-kart.
Oh, there you go. Just take the blade and just
that would be
have it facing forward. Oh, that would be awesome. All right. I'm doing it.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
can't
rig up.
because I gave you the idea.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you speak.
There you go
So,
again. Stealing
Lawnmower.
my stuff.
Lawnmower is
good.
attached into the front of my go-kart, and it's facing like vertically, so the blade, whatever it runs into, I'm gonna go this way, and if you are in the way, then it's just gonna blend you. I forget how Homer says it, but I try to modify it.
It's your own fault.
Yep, that's right. It's your own fault.
And then we'll name ourselves the maintenance gang.
Oh,
That's
I like
right. I like it. So I got the strongman mallet, a go-kart, a hammer, and a lawnmower. Taylor has a knife, a deep fryer, darts, and a weed eater. Oh, and then Brett has a BB gun, a bag of baseballs, oversized teddy bear, and gas-powered hedge clippers.
I got
You know what?
I got our team name. We're the maintenance crews and do the jazz thing with a Z at the very end.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Yep, we got this place. We'll have it fleshed out in no time, and then we'll.
And
start
it'll
going
look
back.
Exactly.
It will, and the food will be delicious. So there we
And
go.
I'll be 700 pounds because I just eat churros.
And then we try to get you out of the kitchen. We just physically can't. Because
Yeah. And
It's just
zombies
that
can't
big.
bite me because they just bounce off of me.
Yep, I like this. That would be an awesome. That'd be cool if they did like a movie, a comedy movie, or spin off of Zombieland or something where they do the day-to-day life of the maintenance crews in this theme park. That's it for Fisty-Cuffs. Fisty-Cuffs. Now it's on to our one recommendation. I mean, I would say my one recommendation is Diablo, but I don't want to have it as a merit badge and as a.
Well, I
as a
have one.
What?
So I'm going to say watch Orville New Horizon.
Oh yeah, I saw that was on. It was advertised on Hulu.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes and it is still good. So I'm excited for
It does have a different feel because I realized when I was looking at it that Hulu has the rights to it now, even though
Mm-hmm.
it was Fox when Fox is owned by Disney, and Disney now owns the majority shareholding of Hulu. So technically it's still Fox. But yeah, I was wondering if it still had the same look and
Yep.
feel.
Yeah, same look and feel. And apparently Seth MacFarlane has Neil deGrasse Tyson number, and he calls him often to
Huh.
like fact checked.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just pays him some money. And there you go.
I think it's cool. But yeah, the Orville, good show.
I remember mine. I thought of this one a while ago. So my app that I used to use to keep track of all the shows that I watch, especially when they go on hiatus, and then they come back and you forget about them because they've fallen through that little hole because something else has got your attention. Because we all have memories of goldfish when it comes to all the shows we're watching. Is there's a app called Series Watch List. Now it costs I think $1.99, but man, I love it. It is aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and it keeps track of all your shows. And I will give you a fun fact. Oh, and you can use it for free up to 15 shows. Obviously, I have exceeded the 15 shows that I'm currently watching or waiting for it to come back. But these are some of the stats it threw at me. So it's time spent so far on the shows that I have just put into the app. So shows that are usually still ongoing or I'm waiting for them to come back. I spent 14 days, 8 hours, and 20 minutes watching TV.
Wow.
Now the most watched show that I have on this list, because I haven't quite finished it up, and yes, I have gone through this whole show and I'm going to finish it, is The Walking Dead. 4 days, 11 hours, and 6 minutes is how much time I've spent with that show. So yes, it's kind of depressing if you look at it that way. But
Yeah. Utterly useless.
yep. Series watch list. It's a great app. All right, Brett, what about you? Anything for us?
Yeah. So the other day I started watching, for some reason, YouTube recommended me watching these two Asian guys building like a hut structure and a swimming pool in dirt out in
I
100
love
days.
those.
And now I can't stop watching them. And then
They are fantastic.
it is amazing. I don't know why it suggested it to me. I was watching like this 20-something-year-old build a log cabin. It took him 2 years to do it. I just couldn't stop watching it. It was so amazing.
Taylor, have you seen those ones where like, I don't know where they take place, somewhere I'm sure in Asia
Yeah.
or Africa? One of the
Well,
two? I don't know.
I've seen the ones like that. Like yesterday, a random video of this guy going around giving free yard makeovers. He just knocks on this door of this place and it's like totally overgrown. The lawn is like 10 feet high, and then he just cleans it up for him. And I watched it. I watched a guy mow a stinking lawn and like cut trees and shrubs. But it was like so satisfying.
Yeah, I love that that one from Asia because, I mean, especially when they get the water involved,
Yeah.
those are so fascinating. Like when they build a house on kind of like below the ground, and then they put like a pool in it.
Yeah, it's the guy that digs holes for pools and stuff. I have
Yeah,
seen
but he
that.
does it with like very rudimentary tools, like
Yeah.
usually with his hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen those.
Yeah, those are great. And sometimes there's a friend that comes in and joins and helps, but
And they look
yeah,
so good at
YouTube
the
got
end.
my number one time too, and I was watched and watched and watched. I kind of wish they would condense those because they're like 20, 25 minutes. I'm just like, this doesn't need to be more than like 7 minutes. Come
Oh
on.
man, I was watching this one, like I said, this 20-something-year-old, maybe like late teens or whatever, building a log cabin. It took him 2 years to do it. The video is about 2.5 hours long, and I can't believe something like that riveted me, but I was riveted by watching it.
Now you
have been
understand.
riveted.
People love HGTV. I used to love that channel. Now I'm kind of burnt out on it.
And with that being said, get out of here, useless scouts, and we will see you next week.